So I'm seeing various sources report that Marcus Maidana is believed to have signed a deal with Al Haymon and PBC, which is set to be quite a big deal in terms of the amount of money he's going to make, and he's looking to get back this summer for the first time since 2014, since he fought Floyd Mayweather, so nearly 5 years ago. Now, Marcus Maidana, when he lost the rematch to Floyd Mayweather, they're both competitive fights, to be fair. A few people said, oh, he'll be back, he'll be back. They thought maybe 2016 he'd be back, he'd take the year out. But obviously the photos emerged of Maidana looking, way overweight, smoking cigars, drinking whiskey, eating lobster, lying in bed with, bundles of cash. And pretty much realised at that point that Maidana, he was pretty much done with the sport. So I wonder what's changed. I know that there's been a few kind of videos of Maidana, in boxing gyms with, the gloves on, stuff like that. But, he didn't really seem to be taking it seriously. It just seemed to be maybe more of a kind of, photo for show. I believe with the two Floyd fights, he got somewhere in the region of 12 million. Now, I could be wrong with that number, but I believe that's what I've heard, that it's in the region of 12 million. So, why didn't he come back? It was quite a nice story if you think about it, that, Marcus Maidana, he had a hard career. He had, losses along the way, like the Devon Alexander to, Amir Khan, guys like that. And then finally, towards the end of his career, he beats Adrien Broner. He gets a fight with Floyd Mayweather, which no one expected to be competitive in. He gave Mayweather a very tough fight. And then gets a rematch, which is another big money payday. And then sails off into the sunset. Now, with me, I'm someone who feels that if you've made the money in boxing, if you have enough that you can look at your life and say, you know what, I'm covered for the rest of my life underneath the box, I kind of don't see the point in coming back. Now, obviously, I don't know Marcus Maidana's financial situation. Maybe he invested money poorly. Maybe, there's some issues there financially. Or maybe he just really wants to box again, So I don't really know what goes on in Maidana's head, only he knows. But if he does come back, who would you like to see him fight? Now, they've said that he's going to be fighting back at welterweight. That's going to be very interesting to see if he can get anywhere near that weight, because he has been looking, grossly overweight for the last couple of years now. So, the longer, put this, from what I've learned is, especially in terms of working around gyms, the longer you're overweight, the harder it is to take it off. Or the harder it is to keep it off. So, it'd be very interesting to see, because, let's just assume he's been pretty much, getting out of shape since he lost to Floyd Mayweather. So we're talking 5 years. This isn't like Tyson Fury having 2 years. This is probably a lot longer. So I'm assuming that fat could be a bit more stubborn. So it'd be interesting to see if he can get down to welterweight. And it'd be interesting to see what he looks like. I mean, 5 years out of the ring is 5 years out of the ring. It's a long time. Maidana is going on, 36, I think, this summer. So it'll be interesting to see how he looks at his comeback. Will we see a prime Maidana? I doubt it. Will we see a Maidana close to it? It remains to be seen. What I've also seen a lot of sources report is that he is possibly looking at Adrien Broner as a rematch. Now, that's a fight that kind of interests me, because there was talk of a rematch, I believe, before Maidana fought Floyd. And, in the first fight, it was a pretty comprehensive win for Maidana. He dropped Broner twice, hurt him bad, and pretty much beat him up in the first fight. But how things have changed. Broner, he went from a high in before that first fight to just, not being able to let his hands go against any world level fighter. His career and everything in Broner has just gone downhill since then. Maidana coming back, if he has, we'll say, 2 comeback fights and then hops in with Adrien Broner, could he win? Could he be competitive? It'd be a very interesting fight. It'd be more competitive this time around if it did happen, assuming it did happen, than it would be if they'd had the rematch in 2014, as I believe was purported. So, it'd be very interesting to see. But this is being reported. Now, it's not confirmed. I want to just point it out. It's not actually been confirmed that he signed with Al Haymon as of yet, but it's looking like that way. It's looking that way. Various sources are claiming that. So, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Maidana. Will he come back, won't he? And, will he fight Broner again? Which, that fight makes sense for both of them. So, yeah. Those are my thoughts on this. Again, leave yours down below, and as always, please like the video, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Again, it really, really does help support this channel. It really, truly does. And what do you think of the new mic? I finally got the new mic. I've been messing around with it today, so I don't think it sounds any real difference. I think it sounds a little bit more clear, but other than that, I don't really hear a big difference in it. I don't really tend to listen back to my videos anyway because I don't really like listening to myself back. But let me know what you guys think. And yeah, as always, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you after.